Hello everyone, it's Jana. Now today we're going to be working with some organization products. I've got this medium MDF desk organizer and this MDF marker organizer in white from Scrappiiness. And I don't know about you guys, but in the beginning of the new year, I like to get organized and get things straightened around in my craft room so that I feel like I'm ready for a productive new year. So I've also got some silicone tool caddies here that you can also put your blending brushes in. I got pink, gray, hot pink, and mint, and I've got all of these. And I've also got some Stampin' Die storage pockets. So I've got the magnetic die storage pockets that are 5.5 by 7.25, and they come with a plastic insert, and then you've got your magnetic piece, and there are 5 in a package. And these are all from Scrappiiness, and they're very cost effective, and they're currently on sale. I've also got the Stampin' Die storage pockets, and I've got a couple of packages of those, and I'm going to just get these things all put together, and we're going to get my craft room organized today. So I'm going to lay these Stampin' Die things aside, and we're going to look at these blending brush holders, or the tool caddies, and they've got mint, they've got pink, they've got this gray color. I really like this gray. And then we've also got a hot pink. So there are several options for you for whatever you want for your particular craft room. If you have a certain color scheme. I know pink and teal are very popular for the craft scene. I actually have a blush that I use, and I'm going to use the gray one along with the light pink one that I have. So this is the desktop organizer, and I'm going to just open this thing up and get it assembled and get it prepared so that I can use it in my craft room. So I thought this sleeve just slid off, but it's actually taped down. So I'm going to have to use my scissors and just rip into it. And this has got a really pretty craft tool paper on it. It's brown on one side and green on the other, and there are all these little craft elements on there. Super cute. You could recycle that for sure. So we're just going to get this box open, and we're going to get to working on assembling our desktop organizer. Now there is some deco glue that is included in there, and you've got this instruction sheet, and it's very clear how you need to assemble it. And there's 3 steps on the assembly of the desktop organizer. So I'm just going to pull them out. We'll just lay this box aside, and I'm zooming in. I was zoomed out so that I could do just grab everything out of the big box and lay it up on my desk, but now we're zooming in. Now, I did pop these out, but I will caution you if you get them, there's numbers on each one of these on the sheet that it comes on so that you know. And now I'm realizing it, so I'm putting them all back in place so that I know what number it is. I'm kind of doing the same thing here, but I'm going to stack like pieces, and I've kind of got a feel for what goes together now. So we'll lay those other pieces aside so they'll have room on my desk to do some assembly. And we're just going to start assembling. We're going to use the base piece, which is laying in the middle of my desk there, and then we're going to go from smallest to largest, putting the smallest in the front, and then incrementally getting larger as we go toward the back. And these snap right in. Now the glue, I didn't glue it because I wasn't sure what I was doing at first, but you definitely can put glue on the bottom of these pieces before you snap them in. I'll add glue to the back later, but I would certainly encourage you to make sure you put plenty of glue on there and get them all glued in. And then you'll kind of feel them and actually hear them snap into place. So I've got my individual pieces on there in my front and my back, and now you're ready to put the sides on. So I'm going to get some glue and get it added to the sides, and we're going to get to assembling this. So you're just going to want to get plenty of glue on there, and you could probably put a lot more glue than I am on here. Sometimes when you're videoing and trying to get stuff on the camera, I don't know, it just isn't always as easy if you just didn't have the camera in front of you. But put plenty of glue on there, and then just get them snapped into place. And you've got 2 that's going to snap into each. I'm putting some glue on the front and the back, but I do determine that it's easier to get them in place if I take the back and the front piece off and line them all up and then come back in and add it. You'll see that I'll do that in a minute. But I'm just giving them a good press and just popping those little pieces in there. Now you want to take care that you don't break them, push too hard or force them. They are designed to go together, so if they're not snapping, you're not doing something right. So make sure you get them lined up well and just push them in, and they'll go in as they should. So here I'm just adding some more glue, and I'm putting the front on, and getting it snapped in place. I'm drawing it up next to me because I'm leaning over my craft desk and I can't get my full strength unless I kind of bring it in to me. So I found it was helpful. I don't have really strong grip strength, and so I'm just using my arms to pop them into place, and they'll snap right in place, and you'll hear them pop. I'm just giving a little press, and then I'm going to put this one in and get it snapped into place, and then just making sure they're all in there. And we've got that all assembled. Now I'm going to bring in some A2 size card bases just to give you a feel for what will fit in here. And this is actually what I wind up storing in here. I kind of had a makeshift storage situation before I got these, and they fit nicely. Now we're going to do the MDF marker organizer. And I got the white in this. I prefer the white. But I got a sampling of these from Scrappiiness, and so I'm going to work with what I got. Now, you can decorate these or you can paint these. I would not recommend painting the white because I think it looks beautiful the way it is. It has a nice white sheen on it. But if you get the MDF, you can certainly paint them. I'm actually going to wrap some vinyl on that desk organizer in a blush that matches my craft room. But this one I'm going to just leave white because I have a lot of white storage units in my craft room, and this will look nicely with it. Now, at first I thought I was going to put this with the MDF showing upward, but I decided to flip it because when I looked down into it, I could see the MDF color rather than the white, so I'll flip it. And you'll want to determine how you want to do that for your craft room, just depending on where you've got your marker stand sitting. But I wanted to be able to look down in and see the white rather than the MDF. So I get it assembled this way, and then when I get it all together, I'll flip it over, and then I'll flip that to where the white is on the inside so that when it's setting up, you'll see the white when you look down in there. Not sure that it really matters because I wind up filling this thing full of markers, and I don't think you can really see the bottom of it anyway, but I just wanted to point that out to you. So I've got that all assembled, and this is where I flip it over and I decide that I want to turn that so that the white is showing on the inside of it. And then, that's going to be on the bottom of it. So now you've got these legs, and you've actually got 4 sets of legs, and one is a cover piece to cover up the joints. So, and you've got the same for the top. You've got an extra top piece to cover up these joints so that you don't have to see those. So I'm making sure I got plenty of glue on here, getting them laid down, and we'll get them pushed together. I actually used 1 bottle of glue for both assembly of both, but I probably should have used more glue and used both bottles, but I didn't. So you might want to use a full bottle on each one of your pieces just to make sure you get plenty of glue on there. So this is the decorative piece that covers up the joints, and I'm just going to cover it fully in the glue and get it lined up with the leg that's already on there and do the same on the other side. And these are really nice because they just cover up those joints and you don't have to see those, and you've got a good clean look on the sides of your marker box. And so here we go. And you've got 9 rows by 9 slots. So you've got plenty of marker storage, and they look really nice. So I've got both of my organizers assembled here, and I'm just showing you. And then I'm going to show you how you can decorate this. Now, if I'd had a patterned vinyl, I would have loved to use that, but I didn't. And I had recently updated the labels in my craft room with this blush vinyl. So I decided to go ahead and cover this vinyl in blush, or this organizer in blush. If I'd had a decorative pattern, I think that would have been more fun. You could certainly choose to paint this. You can use vinyl, or you could also use pattern paper. I think pattern paper would be gorgeous with that. It would be more permanent than this is. This is removable vinyl, so if I want to change the color scheme that is on mine, I can change it because this is removable. So that's what I'm going to use here, and we're just going to get it laid down. Now I'm going to struggle with pulling this off because I just got a new set of nails on there, and so I'm going to bring in my Cricut tool and try to get it, and I'm still going to struggle with it, but eventually we'll get there and we'll get it laid down on our organizer. I'm trying to bend it because sometimes when you bend it, you can get a corner started. But we'll get there eventually, and then we'll get the other pieces and get them laid down on there. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but at the beginning of the year, I want a clean, fresh start. I want everything organized. I want everything in its place. I want my storage solutions worked out. And I was happy to get these and to be able to kind of change some things in my craft room to make it look a little bit more decorative and more organized and everything in its proper place. So this is kind of like a stadium organizer in which it kind of goes up, it gets a little bit higher with each thing. So that way if you need to see them, you can. So it's real easy to I lined it up on the flat side of my, on the straight edge of my vinyl, and then just traced, 2 or 3 sides depending on what I needed. And then, so your cutting's really to a minimal. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this. I'm going to get it started and just fold down a little bit of it, line it up, and then pull the rest off, and it'll go down real easy. Now with the vinyl, you can see a little bit of the joints on there, but it didn't bother me, so I just went with it. Now this one I'm just going to cut from the scrap a piece for this, and we'll line the front of it, and we're also going to line the back. I'll have to bring in another piece to line the back because I don't have enough scrap here to cover that back piece because it is taller. And we'll just cut it out and get it laid down. Now, after I did this, off camera, I brought in some decorative washi tape and kind of put it along the edges, and then I labeled it, and I put in gold glitter vinyl the word cardstock on it, because that's what I'm storing in there. And so it'll turn out nice at the end, and I'll show you some pictures. So again, I'm just going to take my pen and trace around it and then cut around it. And it'll turn out really nice. And as I said, the price point on these are great. A lot of times when you look at craft storage, just because it has the word craft in front of it, it is more expensive than other things. But these are reasonably priced on Cat Scrappiiness site, and she's going to put a 15% discount on it. That's going to run the 17th through the 27th. So I will put a link in the description box so you can check all this stuff out. But if you're looking for some storage solutions that are cost effective, I would recommend them. If you don't mind a little DIY assembly as well, because you will have to do that. Now you could take a tag, and those are the tags that I use on my bins. That was one I just had in my scrap. You could certainly take a tag and do that. Now I've got this tool caddy / blending brush holder, and I'm just going to take all my Cat Scrappiiness blending brushes that I've got and just get them in there and get them organized so that they lay real nice. And I like the gray one. I think it's really pretty. I've had the pink one before, but we do have all the color options. You've got the mint or the teal, whatever color you want to call. And then, you've got the light pink and then the hot pink. And so you can also store your tools in there. You can do your reverse tweezers. You can do your picky tools, pokey tools. You can do your bone folder, all those things, and just get it all organized. In addition to that, if you need some die storage, she's got magnets with sleeves that are available, and I'm just taking some of my Cat Scrappiiness dies and getting them laid down on there. I normally store all of my dies on magnetic sheets with the cover sheets, and I was out, so I'm glad to get this Cat Scrappiiness die set laying down on there. And what I'll do is lay all my dies down on there, put it in my sleeve, and then generally I will keep because I'm on the design team, I want to make sure I have my names exact. So I'll just slide that in there, and then I'll know exactly what I've got. And if I need to use the packaging for a video, I can pull it out and show the product on the packaging. Sometimes I need to do that. And then you can also store your stamps in these. So it's a great storage solution. So I've got my cardstock holder, my desktop organizer, I've got my marker organizer, I've got my tool caddy, my blending brush caddy, and I've got my die and stamp organizer. So here I'm just popping some markers in that I've got just to kind of show you what that's going to look like. And like I said, you've got 9 holes and you've got 9 rows. So you've got ample storage. And at this price point, you could afford to get a couple of them if you needed them. So they came together really quickly, and I just wanted to show you, and I will link everything in the description box below so you can check out the sale. I also forgot I had a glue bottle holder that you can use. It is in purple and turquoise, and it's kind of iridescent. It's really pretty. And so if you've got some of these different size glue bottles. This is a tacky glue bottle. You can just set it in there upside down and you'll always have your glue at the ready. So it works with this size. And you could lay it, at the top of your desk, have it out of the way, and it would always be ready to go. I'm going to bring in some other bottles and show you those that will work as well. You can use it with the Novu glue bottle. You can also use it with these tiny glue bottles as well. You can just stick them in there. So you can use it with a lot of different sizes. If you just need something to have that glue at the ready, you could just use this. And it has a great price point as well. So you can check it out, and it's very decorative. So I appreciate you watching, and I'll just show you my tools. I've got them on my bookcase here, and this is before I decorated it. And here's my blending brushes, and I'll pop some other pictures in for you to see as well.